The world tells us what success looks like. It tells us what beauty looks like. And it tells us what should and shouldn't make us happy. From the moment we're born, we're being shaped by the world around us, by what we see, hear, and experience. But what if that's what's holding us back from really living? And what if we could let go of these beliefs and shape ourselves instead of letting society shape us? Belief 1. You need to know what you want. Society tells us that we need to dream up what we want in life and then go after it. We think that we need vision boards, goals, and a clear plan to create a life that makes us happy. But why do any of us think that we actually know what we want? How do you know if you want something until you actually have it? When we're born, none of us know what we want. Our wants eventually grow with what we see around us. Our parents, our friends, social media, society, the culture we're raised in. Maybe it's getting married and having kids. Maybe it's travelling around the world. Or maybe it's getting promoted at work. How do you know that you really want your wants, or if you want them because society tells you that you should want them? And for argument's sake, let's say that your wants aren't inherited from the world around you. Maybe it doesn't even matter. Maybe it all comes down to the same thing. Your want is just an idea. You won't know if you really want it until you have it. Most of us aren't very good at predicting what will make us happy. I thought that I wanted to be a dentist until I actually became one, and I've spent the last few years feeling lost, desperate to know what I want so that I could chase it. But now I'm convinced that life isn't about knowing what you want and going after it. I think life is about unravelling the mysteries of our wants. I think it's about stumbling upon new experiences and finding the things that light us up. I think it's about connecting the dots of joy and turning over as many stones as possible. Society makes us believe that we should have one big dream and chase it. But if this was the case, would we not close ourselves off from everything else the world has to offer? I thought that not knowing what I wanted was a bad thing. I thought that I was missing something. I thought that I was lost. But then I realised that this was the very thing that set me free. I don't know what I want because I don't want to chase other people's wants. And surely that's a good thing. It means I can discover my wants every day. Doing yoga, creating, being around people who light me up, going for walks, finding new views, building a community, surprising myself. Whether you know what you want in the future or not, it doesn't matter. We're all in the same boat anyway. We're all just guessing. And that guessing game shows us the power of living in the moment. We don't have to overcomplicate our goals and where we're going because it's here that you can discover everything you've ever wanted. Belief 2. You have to struggle to be successful. I didn't grow up around anyone who loved their job, but I did grow up around people who worked hard. I learned that if you want to be successful, you have to hustle and grind away at it. You have to work long hours, you have to sacrifice your weekends, you might have to spend long periods away from your family or commute for 2 hours a day. Everyone talks about how successful people work their way up. Of no pain, no gain. Most motivational speeches usually centre around someone overcoming a struggle to achieve something great. But why does it have to be a struggle? And does hard work really guarantee success? Because if that's all there was, if success really did depend on hard work, then surely millions of people would feel way more successful than they are. I know you're already working hard enough, and I know you're exhausted. So it makes me wonder whether success stories really reflect the entire story. What if hard work is just our way of feeling like our success is valid? And whilst I can admit that hard work comes into play, what if it doesn't have to be a struggle? At school, I was naturally good at art and science, but I struggled with subjects like history. When I was a dentist, I noticed that some dentists earned more than others, even though we all worked the same hours and had the same degree. So maybe this is the real secret behind the success stories that we hear. Find the things that come naturally to you. And if you don't know what they are, keep your eyes open for the signs. People will compliment you, things will feel like they're falling into place. The right doors will open to you and the right people will somehow come along. You'll feel confident, you'll feel joy, and you'll feel most like you. They might not be the things that make sense to you or to others. You might not know where they take you, but when you embrace your superpowers, magic happens. And there might still be hard work involved, but it will feel like a challenge rather than a struggle. Belief 3. You have to be liked to belong. I've always felt like I didn't belong, and I wanted to connect with people on this really deep human level, but instead I struggled with being lonely. I always felt like I was missing out on something because of it. And so, in my attempts to find belonging, I tried to be liked. I'd say the things that I thought people wanted to hear. I'd look the way that I thought others would find attractive. I listened to music that everyone else seemed to listen to. I engaged in the same habits as everyone else. I withheld my thoughts and opinions, and I said yes a lot. And yet, trying to be like took me further from feeling like I belonged.
People who I don't know, and I don't know what I'm going to be like.
At some point, you only are free when you realize you belong no place. You belong every place, no place at all.
How can you belong to no place and every place? And it comes down to the difference between true belonging and fitting in. When we try to fit in, we change ourselves, and so by default, we can't belong. But to truly belong, to truly live a meaningful life with deeper connection, we have to be our authentic self. We have to show vulnerability and the sides of us that make us real. And that might mean that people don't like us, but we still belong everywhere we go because we haven't abandoned ourselves. Belonging is so much more powerful than being liked. Being liked is fickle, is temporary, is superficial. But belonging, it's enriching. It allows you to shine brighter. It allows you to be you. Most people in life want success, love, and happiness. But maybe we're going about it in the wrong way. Maybe we won't find it in the way that society makes us believe we will. Maybe we'll find it in ourselves. Once we tap into our own magic, into our own potential, into who we are, now and not in the future,